Good day, everyone. How y'all doing? Got a beautiful morning. About to go shopping. I'm gonna take you with me to see what a typical grocery haul looks like. Just gonna get a few items: water, potatoes, orange juice, pasteurized juice, some vinegar. Yeah, I think that's it. We'll see when we get there. Maybe a few veggies. Life's good. So I wanted to talk about a little bit about fasting and weight loss. Will you be able to lose weight quickly while fasting? Yes, you will. Anybody can lose weight. You just got to have the discipline, right? So you can starve yourself, you can do some fasting. Oops. You can definitely caloric restrict, right? These are the conventional mainstream methods of weight loss. And you have to say they are very effective. You starve yourself, you are going to lose weight and body fat, no doubt about it. But is it sustainable? Will you gain it all back? That's where the real question lies. And what sort of damage are you inflicting on your metabolism by choosing to underfuel, not give your body the correct fuel to run its basic physiological functions? So this is very stressful on the body. And another weight loss tip that's very mainstream is calories in, calories out. The calories that you consume have to be less than the calories that you expend, and this creates a caloric deficit and you lose weight. Sure, that is true technically, but let's perform a little thought experiment. Let's say somebody has to eat under 2,000 calories to lose weight, to be in a caloric deficit. And most of these fitness trainers and influencers and weight loss coaches will tell you that it doesn't matter what you eat. You can be eating McDonald's or junk food or donuts or chocolates or salad, chicken salad, as long as it's below your caloric limit and you are technically in a deficit, it doesn't matter and you will lose weight. Yes, technically, right? And if we look at the weight loss aspect of it, yes, this is true. But think about it. Somebody eating 2,000 calories worth of potatoes or rice or bananas or dates or oranges is not going to feel the same as somebody eating 2,000 calories of donuts, chocolates, chicken nuggets, and McDonald's cheeseburgers, right? Or 2,000 calories of meat, or 2,000 calories of chicken salad, because you are ignoring basic physiological needs such as carbohydrate intake, which is essential for your brain function, for your cellular function, for your hormones, A lot of low carb diets are very high cortisol because the body sees that as stressful. It doesn't matter if you're having even a caloric surplus. If you're keto and you're eating a calorie surplus of just meat, butter, olive oil, all these low carb foods, your body needs carbs to function. It will perform gluconeogenesis to try to make some carbs, some glucose out of all the meat and the fat that you're eating. So you're going to feel like absolute shit. Excuse my French. So somebody eating 2,000 calories of dates, bananas, rice, potatoes, pasta is definitely going to have a different hormonal profile than somebody eating junk, or somebody just eating meat, or somebody just eating chicken salad or chicken and broccoli, right? And actually, what contributes to weight gain or weight loss is your hormones. People want to think or say that it's all about calories. No, it's all about your hormones. Cortisol is a stress hormone, and this hormone will make you hold on to weight because the body thinks that it's starving, so it pumps up these adrenal like hormones to make you go look for some carbs, and is going to hold on to every little inch of fat and nutrients, whatever, that you have inside your body so that you can survive. Now, somebody that chooses a more high carb, low fat style of eating, they're going to feel great. They're going to have low cortisol, and this in turn is going to make them retain less water, will make them burn more fat. Your testosterone plummets if you limit your carbohydrate intake. And if you're a man, right? And if you're a woman, this is an even slipperier slope if you're going to mess up with your hormones by starving or by restricting your calories. So, yeah, it's some food for thought. Really think about it. Also, somebody who's eating bananas, rice, dates, potatoes, pasta is going to have energy to exercise. If you're just on chicken salad or chicken and broccoli or just steak all day and butter, you're not going to feel like you're going to work out. So, it's a lose-lose situation here. You're messing up your hormones, plus you're going to feel like absolute crap, and you're not going to have the motivation, the drive to go and exercise or accomplish your goals. And you're going to be stressed out all the time. You're going to tank your thyroid. Thyroid hormones regulate weight gain and weight loss. People with underdeveloped thyroids will have a tough time losing weight, and you can have overdeveloped thyroids and you just can't gain weight, right? You're just going to be very skinny. So there's a balance here, and the only diet that will maintain all your hormones in check, whether it's testosterone, cortisol, your thyroid, your mood, your brain literally runs on glucose. So if you deprive yourself of this essential nutrient, the most essential nutrient for the human body, then you're going to run into some trouble. So think about it, right? If you're on chicken and salad or steak and butter, you're not going to perform the same as somebody who's on dates and bananas. And this is obvious. So food for thought. Let's go in a supermarket and grab ourselves some carbs. Come along. This is how we're looking so far. So freshly squeezed orange juice. We got some cilantro, sweet peppers, potatoes, and bananas. Staples at the Carb King household. This is life. This is death. Look at all those death options. I had a comment about how this factory farmed meat was actually better for you than potatoes or rice or bananas. And I want to ask myself, what do you think they inject into these animals to make them big so they can sell you for more money, right? All the vaccines, all the antibiotics that go into this industry is appalling. And there's also another thing that if you notice, there's like a red color. This is a dye that they put in the meat to make it seem like it's fresher, because once the animal is dead, then it starts to decompose. So they want to keep it fresh, they want to keep it appealing so that people buy it. It's all bullshit. Look at that. I'm sorry for all these animals that were stressed, and it's literally they're selling you carcasses. And if you're a carnivore, oh yeah, that's very appetizing, I'm gonna have some raw meat. Come on guys, who are you kidding? How do you think you're going to perform if you eat 2,000 calories worth of this crap rather than 2,000 calories of this life-giving nourishment, sun-ripened fruits full of sugars and glucose for the brain? No glucose? Glucose. Look at all those red dyes. You can see it's rotting, and that's why it has to be in the fridge. This stuff doesn't have to go in the fridge, and it can last a long time. If you put this outside with no refrigeration, it's going to rot. Even inside the fridge, it's going to rot. So if you put this into your body, it's not compatible with this. A lot of people that are on the sugar diet, they were eating the lean meats, and they're developing autoimmune disease, thyroid issues, gut issues, because you're not considering the microbiome of things. This feeds good bacteria and sugar-loving bacterias, and this feeds putrefaction and corpse-loving bacteria. Think about it. And yeah, another thing the carnivores love to say is that the Maasai tribe, they drink blood and they drink milk. Well, guess what? Blood is full of blood sugar. That's why people say that this raises your blood sugar. Oh no, it's going to spike my blood sugars, but I'm going to drink myself some blood, and because it contains blood sugar, and milk's really good for you, especially raw milk, because it's actually full of sugars. But no, it's the milk and the proteins and the fat in the milk that makes it healthy, not the sugar. You know how much sugar is in milk? It's like half a Coca-Cola. Think about that. And another argument the carnivores or meat eaters like to say is that, well, plant protein is not as bioavailable as animal protein. Like, well, thanks, Mr. Scientist. How did you get to that conclusion? But you guys are the ones who can't seem to figure out the weight loss. But plant protein is not as bioavailable. My second favorite section. No, not this stuff. This stuff is fatty. This will contribute to your weight gain. All these chips and. Whoops, sorry about that. My phone died. The battery went off, so I guess the phone was under CARBed. So this was yesterday's lunch. I'm just going to voice over um, what I was eating. I had steamed potatoes with the salt-free sauce that I make, and Lauren prepared sweet peppers with rice and veggie burger mix stuffing. Not a big fan of the veggie burger mix. We thought it was going to be better, but it, keep it classic, guys. Keep it simple. It would have been much better with just rice, potatoes, maybe some beans. Just goes to show that you don't need all these, expensive bullshit supplements and um, yeah, it's marketing, guys. One thing I do agree with how people hate on vegans is that there is a lot of money in the vegan industry, but we're not about that. We keep it simple. We keep it whole food, plant based, um, and that's actually the easiest thing, what should I eat? What about this? What about FGF21? Guys, this is not it. Like we're not scientists. We don't need all this scientific lingo. It's simply fruits and vegetables. That's the simple thing. Um, when people are trying to tell you what about this hormone and caloric restriction and what about healthy fats, and no, guys, fruits and vegetables equals good. Anything else is bad. Oh, but what about a little bit of fish? What about a little bit of lean meat? No, I'm not about that. I'm all about simplicity, what makes you feel the best, and this is high carbohydrate, low fat, low protein foods, no animal products. Go plant based, go vegan. This is the simpler way. You don't need expensive supplements. I don't take supplements. I don't take B12 and all this. Like, how do we know that this shit's even real, right? I don't take any supplements. No B12, no nothing. Um, you know, I used to occasionally take B12 and whatever, a little magnesium supplement, but I just arrived at the conclusion that this is all a burden on the body. Like the body does not need this extra stuff. Plus, it's expensive. Just get your magnesium from your vegetables, from your fruits. Um, and the B12, another thing, like, this conspiracy or whatever, I don't feel any different whether I take B12 or I don't take B12. People are always talking, but what about you if you don't eat any animal products? Vegetables are deficient in B12. Yet a lot of these meat eaters and whatever, they supplement with B12. And they always say, what about vitamin K? And what about, the vitamin D? And they're always like doing these mega doses of vitamin K, vitamin D, thyroid supplements. And so it's very contradictive, right? Um, Everybody wants to point the finger saying that the vegans are deficient, yet I have no symptoms. My blood tests are perfect. What is the symptom of a B12 deficiency? Fatigue, mood, no performance. I don't have any of that. I don't check the symptoms of a B12 deficiency. And if I ever do, okay, I'll go and get a supplement, but that doesn't do much, right? There's B12 fortified cereals, and so this is just excuses, guys, so you can keep doing your bad habits and keep exploiting animals. And yeah, if I had nothing else to eat, like the our in the Bible, right, in Exodus, our ancestors, they were in the desert, they couldn't do anything. Like, there's no fruits. Okay, God allowed them to eat some meat. This is in case of survival. If they have nothing else to eat, then all right, so you're gonna go hunting, right? And you better do it right. You better know how to hunt, otherwise you're screwed. Um, People always say, "Oh, in nature, you would never find carbs in nature." Like, really? Have you ever heard of roots? Dandelion roots is full of carbs. It's bitter, but it's carbs. I'd rather eat some grass than kill a squirrel. Grass is actually nice. I have a cat. He's a carnivore. He's actually a carnivore by design, and he loves grass. Every day, he's up there multiple times a day eating his grass. That just goes to show you, right? And I've eaten some of his grass, and it tastes good. It tastes like sprouted beans. So if I had nothing else to eat, I'm going to eat some grass. You can't just be a vegan. What are you going to eat? Lettuce and grass? Well, if that's all I have, that's all I'll eat, and I'll be grateful for it. And plus, can't find carbs in nature? I wonder what happens if I follow the bees. Where are the bees going to go? The bees are going to lead me to the beehive. And what's in the beehive, guys? Carbs, fructose, sucrose, glucose, baby. Vegans can say, okay, honey is not vegan. It's technically an animal product. But I'm sure that the bees aren't suffering. They're not slaves. They're going around smelling flowers, collecting nectar, and nobody's forcing them to make honey. They just make the honey. So worst case scenario, I'll just follow the bees, and they will lead me to the beehive and lead me to the carbs, right? But it's unethical to steal the bees' honey. Like, there's ways to harvest it without killing a bee, right? Some of them will attack you, whatever. But come on, guys, we have to think about these things. So I don't do honey, but I'm not very kind of like picky. Oh, the bees and whatever. Like, I actually find it cool, this apiculture, the bee cultivating, and that's something I would actually enjoy as a hobby to get a little beehive, whatever, going. But I don't do that. I understand there's many other sources of carbs. Oh yeah, there's no carbs in nature. I wonder what would happen if we tapped a maple tree. Ka-ching, ka-ching, baby. Carbs for life. So this is all. These are all excuses people want to make, and I would just hunt. They're just, guys. You won't get even close to a deer. You know how hard it is to track a deer, and to how are you gonna kill it if you have no tools? Let's just say you were dropped in the middle of an island, and 1, 2, 3, go. The vegans are gonna look for grass. I'm gonna look for edible roots. I'm gonna look for little berries, little fruits, whatever I can get my hands on. I'm gonna follow the bees, right? They're gonna lead me somewhere. And the meat eaters always will like to pretend that they can just bang on some rocks, make a spear, and they're gonna hunt an ant. Come on, guys! You're gonna butcher an animal with a little rock? But our ancestors, they were clanging rocks and booga 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 and getting. Come on, guys! Our ancestors. First of all, history's a lie. They're lying to you about history. I believe in creation. We were created. We were designed by a higher being, whatever you want to call it, our creator, right? We were designed, and we have a species-specific diet, and our creator has told us or allowed us, here, The fruits and the veggies shall be yours for food. That's all I need to hear. Oh, but what about Noah and after the flood and Exodus? They were eating meat. Jesus ate fish. Let's go back to the beginning, guys. Let's go back before there was sin. What were we eating? We were eating fruits and we were eating vegetables. All right, there's some animals. Maybe occasionally, if there was nothing to eat, we would drink a little bit of animal milk. But again, in the Bible it says, "Thou shalt not steal." Did you make that milk? Is the milk yours, or is the milk for the calves and the babies? Oh, but I can just go and find some eggs. Are the eggs yours? They're not yours. You're stealing them. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not kill. How clear is that? Oh, but you're only not supposed to steal from humans. You're not supposed to kill humans. Everything else is a green light. Use your brains, guys. Use the glucose that is fueling the brain cells and think. But plant protein is not as bioavailable. I couldn't run a mile to save my life, and I think exercise is unnatural. But vegans are weak and deficient. Yet I know many vegans, plant-based, that would smash you guys up a hill on a bicycle or running a 5K or running a marathon. Do you think the Kenyans are eating animal products? That's what makes them. Oh, but running is really unhealthy, but they have really high VO2 max, and VO2 max is actually a great indicator of health and longevity. But vegans are deficient. Guys, we have to make fun of this situation, and we have to think. We have to use our brains, be logical about this, right? And again, nothing against meat eaters. You guys want to eat meat? Go right ahead. Kill yourselves. Kill the animal. Go right ahead. But once you start trespassing my rights, okay? Story time. I like to go to the park here. It's one of the biggest urban parks in Europe, and they actually have wild roosters and chickens. Okay, and these roosters and chickens look nothing like the chickens that you find at a supermarket. These factory farmed Frankenstein chickens that are full of steroids, antibiotics, you name it. Another argument that people want to say is that, oh, but all the fruits and veggies are GMO and this is unnatural. Do you think there's actually pigs in nature? Pigs are hybrids. The chickens that you buy at the supermarket are hybrids. The cows are hybrid. Show me a spotted cow in nature, with a black and white spot. This is hybrids, guys. The pigs are hogs. We hybridized them. We domesticated them. Same with dogs. You think dogs are natural? There's no chihuahuas in nature. But, oh my God, I like my little dog and I take it out for a walk and I don't pick up its poop. Guys, what do we need teddy bears, right? Like, all this pet fetish and, oh, I like my pet eats meat, so I eat meat. And man, it's so funny. Another, I had somebody use this logic that, oh, you're a vegan, but you wouldn't stop an animal from eating meat. You wouldn't stop a lion from eating meat. And sometimes cows eat mice, and I've seen deer eat mice. Like, footage. And I wouldn't stop a lion from eating meat. I don't stop my cat from eating meat, right? But this person has a dog, and the dog in the video was trying to eat some dead bird or some dead something. And he's like, oh, no, stop it. Don't eat that. That's going to make you sick. But the dog wants to eat it, right? You're going against the dog's instinct. Dogs would eat poop, and then they will give you kisses. So you're going to stop the dog from eating poop? No, don't eat poop. Dogs eat poop. That's their natural, specific diet. So you're stopping an animal from eating what it wants. So here's the hypocrisy. No hate. I'm just highlighting the hypocrisy that people have towards their bad habits. They want to justify, killing an animal. So again, I'm digressing, going on a tangent here. But at the park, I've seen people with dogs, right? And this is what
dog. I'm not a dog person. I like dogs, ha ha ha. Throw the frisbee, play with them, wrestle. I like dogs. I love animals, right? But dog people, dog persons who take these animals to the park, they unleash them, which is against the law. You're supposed to put your dog on a leash, right? I was running one time and the dog just attacked me, bit my leg. And it's like, oh, it's okay, it's vaccinated. That doesn't make me feel any better. But yeah, some of these dogs go wild, and the owners just unleash them. And the countless times that I've seen a dog tear up a chicken and a rooster to shreds, and oh, whoops, and and they don't do anything about it. The dog was just running around with a rooster half dead in its mouth, and I chased it. I was running. I saw this. I saw the dog kind of going, and there was feathers everywhere. Excuse me. This is graphic, right? It's traumatizing. It was traumatizing for me, but I had to act. I was carved up enough. I was on a run, and I just ran after the dog. And the dog is just like, running away, and it saw me chasing it, so it dropped the rooster on the floor. And I walked up to the rooster, and the rooster was going to the other side. And there was no turning back, because dogs are omnivore. That's their natural diet. And rest in peace to the rooster. A beautiful natural rooster with its feathers. And we used to sometimes go around and feed him corn, feed him seeds, and we befriended a rooster. So I'm very fond of animals. I love birds, right? So yeah, rest in peace. Horrible thing. It died on the spot. Nothing you could do. Its rib cage was crushed. And there was the groundskeepers who saw this, and they came along, and the dog owner quickly rushed, and he leashed his dog, because you could get a pretty big fine. And he was apologizing to me. He was saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And I said, "Man, you don't have to apologize to me. It's the rooster. You have to apologize to God." But I didn't say that. But, hey, whoops. What are you going to do? I guess you're going to keep your dog on a leash. And I said, "Hey, man, come on. Just be careful, right? These are wild animals. These are protected animals. They live in this park. There's ducks, they have swans, all this wildlife in this park. And it's a shame that these, dumb dogs go around, and they, it's their instinct. I have nothing against the dog. It's the dog person. And here in Europe, people don't pick up their poop. Not all of them, but a lot of people just leave the dog poop right on the floor, right? And you're walking in the streets, and first of all, it's unhygienic, and it just looks and smells bad, man. The dogs pee everywhere. They just sniff, and then pee everywhere. Come on, yeah. You're going to pee at my doorstep? Have some common sense, guys. So the dog owner was like, "No, man, I'm so sorry." And I said, "Hey, don't have to apologize to me, but please be careful. These are sacred animals. And he's like, "You're right, man, you're right." And I said, "Yeah, it's inhumane. This is inhumane." And he's like, "You're totally right. This is beyond inhumane." And hopefully he learned his lesson, and now, he puts a leash on his dog, or it makes him think, right? He goes home and he has chicken, and he's going to think, "Wow, I just seen a chicken and a rooster just completely get torn to shreds by, oh, whoops, pet the dog. Here, good boy. You're a good boy." Anyway, sorry for this rant. I just venting some energy. And yeah, I hope you learned something from this story time. Yeah, go vegan. Come on, guys. It's just simple as that. For the health reasons, for your fitness, and for the environment, right? You're going to just feed, soy. You're just going to feed all this soy to the cattle so that the cattle can get slaughtered. And how much water does a cow drink? And all these resources that go into one cow. One cow could probably feed one person for 6 months. Let's be realistic. and it's expensive. I'm gonna do videos on, the next series. I'm gonna do vegan on $2 a day or €2 a day, just to show you how cheap, how simple, how many calories and bulk and energy and vitality you can get for only $2 a day. Compared to, you couldn't do that if you're eating meat. It's expensive as heck, and plus all these resources, all this water and grain that we could have eaten and drink all that water. It's going to grow into a cow so that they can sell you, and somebody can have their little filet mignon and feel good about themselves, because plant protein is just not as bioavailable as well. But my VO2 max is shit, and cholesterol is good for you. The cholesterol studies are actually flawed. Cholesterol is really good for you, and you need cholesterol for your hormones. But I have erectile dysfunction, and guys, if you want libido, if you want the power, the juice, you have to carb up. Carb the F up. Lean all year round, guys. Lean abs all year round. Without starving. I'm on a caloric surplus every damn day because of carbs, because of metabolic efficiency, thermogenesis. Ask my woman. My woman will tell you that I'm like an oven. She usually comes and cuddles because I'm just steaming with energy. You can feel it. You want to spar? Oh, you want to spar? You got a Bruce Lee physique all year round, guys. Carb the F up.
I'm a level 5 vegan. Carbs, carb the fuck up, motherfuckers. Carb the fuck up. Rice, potatoes, yams, bananas, mangoes, dates, plantains, melons, blueberries, blackberries, and malls. Get them motherfucking carbohydrates. You vegan motherfuckers. Carb the fuck up, the fuck up, the fuck up, the fuck up.